Hi, host Ken here of Talking with Famous People. Haven't done one of these videos in a while. You know, these sort of one of these ones. Yeah, whatever I don't even know what this means. Um, one of these videos where it's just pretty much me and the camera. I don't know if I prefer this format or not. It does give me the opportunity to uh, say things at the speed in which I'm, wanting to say them. At the same time, I'm not having information thrown back at me, so I might just stop talking or forget what I was talking about. It happens, but you know what? Yeah, yeah, that's it. So I'm not really sure about the topic of this particular video. I just know that I have things that I would like to talk about, and I felt it was high time I made another video. So, I haven't been in the go-to meeting in the last couple days. So yeah. Haven't been in the meeting, and I've missed out on last couple of days. I don't know what all you guys have been up to, but day before that I was in, and then I was also not there for 2 prior days. And I was feeling kind of bad for, not being in for the majority of the weekend and then, missing 2 days again in the GTM. At the same time, those 2 days that I was in, I was kind of in the GTM for 10 hours straight. If you ask some people, that's a long time. If you ask others, that, it's not too bad. But, during that time, since about Friday, I think, it's Thursday morning when I'm recording this of October the something. But the most recent Friday, I was in the GTM talking with different people, and there were just bits of information that I was digesting and sort of perspectives that I was sort of mulling over. It's not that it all happened on Friday, but that was sort of the, you know, I don't, climax, accumulation. I don't know the word I'm looking for. Basically, I got some new perspectives, and I've been having a fun time just sitting and considering them. Those perspectives mainly have to do with what it is that I want to do, not just, just in general, but also in terms with the channel and things like that, how I contribute. I think for myself, I've seen other people just when it comes to approaching work and things like that in life. I've noticed this in other people and in myself where, the discussion is kind of like, oh, what am I going to do? I'm going to do like a job. I'd like it to be a good job. That way I can get some money to do things. And it's like, if I sit and think about it for a minute, it's like, okay, I want to get a job. Why do I want to get a job? Well, for money. Well, why do I want money? Well, so I can do the things. I'm like, what, eat food or have fun doing stuff. I mean, it might sound crazy to some people, but I don't want to have fun all the time. I want to find creative ways that I can do difficult things to where it doesn't feel like eating concrete. This is pretty much the struggle here, learning how to develop myself as an individual without being so stressed out and daunted by the obstacles of life that I just do what I've kind of done for the last several years and just quit before I start. Rather than seeing a task in front of me and thinking, okay, okay, this looks difficult, but I'm gonna chunk it down. I'm gonna find a way to tackle this. If I don't have to, then my response typically is, oh, I'm just not gonna do that thing. Sure, it might be helpful, but yeah, I'm just not gonna do that. And unfortunately, that hasn't worked out great for me. I think many times in life I've decided that not only in terms of the details and difficulty of a task has seemed daunting, but also in social situations, doing something that maybe I'd think, I don't really want to make anyone upset. I don't want to do this thing because it might upset other people. I don't want to, I don't want to ruffle any feathers. Then there's also another aspect of maybe I just feel weird and self-conscious, and so I don't want to do things like, sing in the house. I'm not saying I'm good at singing. I wouldn't know. I don't do it all that often because I don't like doing it around people, which is kind of difficult because, short of going out into the forest somewhere and singing to mountain lions, I don't know how the fuck you get around that. Soundproof studio, that costs money, stuff like that. But instead of thinking to myself, okay, I'm going to set this plan to get the money for the soundproof studio, it's like that there's details, more details, more details, piles up, and then I say to myself, well, I'm just not going to do any of that. And again, hasn't worked out great. Just not doing the things I want to do hasn't been a great alternative to just hunkering down and doing those things. Having said that, it has given me time to think about what exactly it is that I want to do. I still don't have an answer. I still don't know what I want to do because I can't really attribute what I want to do, in life, that sort of calling, whatever the hell you want to call it, just that thing. Maybe it's a couple of things, maybe it's several things, maybe it's a lot of things. Just those things that, like, you get up in the morning and you're like, hey, the human race is eventually probably going to become extinct. The Earth's gonna fucking... I don't know what planets do when they get too old. They get recycled or refurbished, or they just turn to dust, or I don't know how space works, okay? I'm sorry. But... tangent. Yeah, basically, all will eventually turn to dust at some point. And the reason why I brought that up is because there's some things, I want to find the things in life that help me wake up in the morning, and instead of thinking about that, I think about the other shit that I'm gonna do during the day. Because that's one of the downsides of not pursuing things you want to do, is you have a lot of time to think about just the weird stuff. Again, it's not the best. As somebody who's spent a lot of time having free time and a lot of time on their hands, really, it's not so much the free time that I need, it's free time plus the confidence and the resources to do the things that I want to do, or at least the fucking gumption to go pursue those things. It's kind of, you need, it's a multi-package. I only got one part of it. I swear I was heading towards a point with this somewhere, and I think it's gone. It's gone. But as far as what I want to do, I'm always doing. It's not like okay, I'm gonna find this thing and then finally I'm doing stuff. I'm doing stuff right now. When I decided to fucking, I don't know why I needed to say fucking right there. When I decided to, drink a Coca-Cola and eat peanut butter bread because I don't like putting the sandwich together because you can taste the peanut butter more if you just leave them in halves, but that's neither here nor there. When I decided to do that, I was doing stuff. I was doing something. I was doing something with my life. It wasn't particularly, glamorous. I was eating peanut butter bread and washing it down with sugar water, but it was something, and I think it's important to think of it that way. Not just like, okay, I'm on the clock. Now I'm doing something. It's like 24 hours a day. You're self-employed to yourself. Uh, you're both your manager and your own employee, I think. I just came up with that recently. Maybe I gotta work out the kinks. So, as for myself, I know that what I want to do, and I'm using that in quotation marks because of the aforementioned points, it's gonna involve people in some way. It's gonna involve people. I fucking hate people. Having said that, I love them. It's I'd say love hate, but I think in this case it's love fuck. So sorry. Uh, so yeah, it's people in some way, not necessarily. I don't know. That's the thing. Is I need to spend more time with people because I don't know a lot of the stuff you're supposed to do with people. Um, I talk to people. I like to talk to people. I've spent many an hour talking with people. I said that weird. I know. I'm sorry. I spend a lot of time talking to people. I like to talk to them because I'm finding more and more as I get interacted with talking with famous people. Uh, I'm finding more and more what aspects of it I like. And something that my dad has been telling me for a while is that he was telling me, I'm at the stage of my life where I just need to get out and do some things, just experience different interactions with people and, jobs and activities and things like that, just to get an idea of what my preferences are in terms of how I like to spend my time, working, playing, different things like that. Uh, and yeah, I think being a part of talking with famous people has helped me with that. Because I'm realizing I like to pick people's brains on stuff when it comes to just asking, like, well, what do they want? Um, it's a difficult question. It's a difficult question for me to answer, especially, and I think for other people too. Sometimes I get the feeling somebody may tell you, well, I want to do this thing, but maybe it's not the whole picture, or it's not the whole story. It might be something else that they, when, again, that fucking do thing do. Um, I guess I could say it as like, how would they want to maximize both what they put in and get out of the time they spend each day being a physical human being, you know? Because it's more than just, going to a job and clocking in and making paper and, computer code. I don't even know how money works anymore. I don't. It's just stuff. I don't. It's not even. That's a whole. I'm not even gonna go down that because I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. But it's more than making money. As I said, it's like just find. I mean, it's fucking. What was that thing that gets attributed to Plato? Like something when somebody's a child, something. You see what amuses their mind. Something. That maybe I don't know. I'm fucking butchering the quote, but I mean the guy fucking lived like what, more than 2,000 years ago. I don't. He doesn't care if I misquote him. So I'm just man, ugh, people and the things they like to do. People like to do things. They do. It's like I might ask someone, well, what do you want to do? And they might have a reaction like I have, where I'm just like, what? I don't know how to answer that. What do you mean do? Do you mean get a job? Do you mean get a degree? It's like, no, I mean, spend the time that you're doing something during 24 hours. What is it? Um, it's like, well, I go to school. Well, okay, well, why do you go to school? Well, I want to get a degree and this or that. Okay, well, why do you want to get the degree? So I can work this job. And it's like, okay, well, why do you want to work the job? Is it money? It's like, well, it's money, but it's also, this other thing. And like, those are interesting conversations to have, because it's like, then you can find what people's motivations are for stuff, but also what it is that they're hoping to get out of it. But what I was talking about with, maybe not getting the whole story is, someone might think to themselves, well, I'm pursuing a career in, computer programming because I really wanted to be a ballerina, but I don't see how I can make, it's like, I don't, this is, I mean, surprise, surprise, this is primarily me projecting, not the ballerina part. Not because I have anything against ballet. I've just never tried it. It looks a tad bit uncomfortable. I gotta stop with these fucking rabbit holes and stuff. I'm forgetting what I'm even trying to talk about. This video's going on for a while. I should probably make a part 2. I don't want to make a part 2. I just want to get it done in one shoot, but people aren't going to want to watch this for the entire time. I mean, you kind of understand what I'm saying, but I haven't gotten around to what I'm trying to say fast enough. I'm going to try to wrap it up. I have gotten new perspectives from interacting with you wonderful individuals, by interacting with, talking with famous people, being a part of that. And it's helping to understand, sort of narrow down what is it that I want to be doing with the time that I have each day. And part of that, I think, has to do with finding out what it is that people want to learn and want to be able to do with their time. And quite a bit of it has to do with productivity, even though I'm not necessarily the most productive person in the world. In fact, I'm probably quite a ways down there on the list in terms of productivity and even efficiency. But I've been trying to think of things in terms of, like, I see people, especially people who are like in high school. They're thinking, okay, what am I going to do? People are talking about jobs and diplomas or getting skills and things like that. And unless they had experience growing up with, some sort of a skill, like maybe one of their parents taught them, woodworking or, carpentry or how to lay concrete, something, unless they were given something to work with, and they might be sitting there come graduation time just with their hands in there like, what am I doing? I don't know what I'm doing. And for me, it's like, I think a lot of people have a pretty good idea of things that they would like to do. It's just a matter of practicality, but it's not even entirely a matter of practicality. It's a matter of hope, I think, as well. And again, this is me projecting because this is my experience. I've seen things like, saying to myself, oh, well, I think I'd like to be a musician, or I think I'd like to be an artist, or things like that. Well, I could have done a lot more to pursue those things. A lot of things I didn't do in order to pursue those things. Because it was more than practicality. I've seen practical ways that people have made it really big, being musicians, being artists. It's not like it's impossible. So it's not the practicality. A lot of things are completely practical. It's, I mean, looking around, I feel like you can fucking monetize almost anything today. Almost anything. So practicality, or, it's not even really the issue, fungibility. Fungible's not the term. I'm like, forget that little fungible bit. Part of it's hope, I think. in my mind. It's like, well, I mean, it's probably not going to work out anyway. It's a, saying that to yourself, it's like a self-consciousness thing. No, self-confidence thing is what I meant to say. I've had experiences where I've worked a job or done a task that there was a point in my life that I was like, oh no, I so cannot do that. I can't do that. No. And then I did it. I was like, oh. Well, okay. And then, the fear just dissipates. It's gone at that point because, it's not that it was based on nothing. It's no longer valid because that thing I was afraid of doing, it's already done. Oh, I had a point. Oh, I had a point. Yeah. Hopefully you guys have gotten the gist. I like people. I like hanging out with you guys. Sometimes I get tired. Sometimes I don't manage my time the best. Sometimes I'll say things to myself in my head, saying things like, oh, maybe this whole talking with famous people thing isn't going to work out. Like over the weekend. Thinking to myself, oh, you taking 2 days? You haven't been to the GTM for 2 days. And then I came in Monday. And then after Monday, 2 more days I took off, and I was like, oh, uh-oh. You're slowing down. You're not producing as much. You're not doing it. And it's like, the production's not necessarily the problem in that case. Because, I mean, I'm making another video right now. And dare I say, this isn't going to be like the Sebastian Spaulding goes to Waffle House video. I mean, there's going to be some substance to it. Still don't know why that got 3 downvotes, though. I thought it was good when I was putting it out. I thought it was gold, personally, but, whatever. Point being, fuck, what was the point? I want to try to find ways to give people hope that, yeah, those things you want to do in life, those ways that you want to have a better, more enjoyable existence, keep on having hope in that, but then also I want to be able to provide some way to make those things a reality, to shorten the hope gap. Make things efficient enough in terms of resources, and this is a vague idea. I'll expand on this in another video. But just basically, I guess the way that I go about it doesn't matter so much, but I want to shorten that hope gap. That's what I'm calling it, where it's like you're here, and then what you're hoping for is all the way, over here, and you're thinking, well, that's a long distance. I don't know if I can close that. I want to try to find a way to bring that here for people so that they're like, still a bit difficult, but I can see the end of that. I can see the goal, and I can keep my eye on that. Yeah. So this was a video. It happened. And I swear to all the powers that be, if the audio didn't work on this, or if there's a single thing wrong with this, I can't replicate this. I don't. If it doesn't work out, I'm just gonna be sad, just sad. But anyways, that's not. I want to leave this on a hopeful note. You guys have helped me. You people, I guess guys isn't. Fuck it. Whatever. You people, you wonderful people, have helped me to close that hope gap for myself. I gotta find a better fucking name for that. Close the hope gap for myself. You're helping me see to a goal, helping me maintain focus, which is imperative for me. So I want to thank you in that regard. So yeah, I'll wrap this up with saying I would like to try to find ways to do for other people what you guys, you people are doing for me. I don't need to, but I'm just gonna add another fuck just because I feel like there was somewhere else in that video I could have gotten mad and I didn't, so there you go. Damn it, I'm not leaving it on a happy note again. Fucking just think of kittens or some shit. I don't know. Bye.